It's a Mental Health Chat Monday, Season 3. This is the podcast where I invite a new guest every week to sit down with me and talk about their journey with mental health and mental wellness. Because here on Mental Health Chat Monday, our motto is turning mental illness into mental wellness. I am your host, DDare Bionic. Thank you so very much for tuning in this week. But I am not the reason we are here. Actually, I guess I kind of am this time around. But it's all about me. It's my podcast. No, I'm not the reason we're here today. I am joined by two people, if you can't see. Two people that I've known for far too long.
It's, going on 11 years.
Yep.
11 fucking years.
Yeah. Far too long. Yeah. Some would consider it a friendship. Others would say they're friends and I'm just here.
Here we go. Step friend.
I'm the step
you
friend.
Fucking asshole.
Oh my God. If my beard was still orange, I'd be like, I'm the redheaded stepchild of the situation. Jesus. No, I'm joking. I'm here with Jazz and Jeremy. Hello, welcome to the podcast.
Why was his name first?
Because he's sitting first.
Alphabetically by first name. There you go.
Oh, yeah, good point. J-A-J-E, yeah.
No, what's good?
Yeah.
Hello,
Happy to be here. Happy to be here.
I am here. No.
Damn. Shit.
Okay, so introduce yourselves. Tell everybody who you are. Tell us your pronouns, all that good stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, Jazz Tucker, and he, him. Tell me about. I am an actor, rapper, cook, and a new producer to the St. Louis theater scene. Yeah. My big, as the two of you know, because it's all we talk about, and especially you because you're a part of the team, but it's all I'm doing right now. My big baby is Aquarium Rising Productions. I'm putting so much of my, I'm not even gonna say energy, my life into that right now. So that's like, yeah.
Yeah, like so much so you're not even a rapper anymore.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, 2021, and then No, that's fair. That's fair. I do need to put some more shit up. I really do.
Yeah, my name's Jeremy Schnelt. He, him, I guess. I don't really do pronouns, but he, him. Yeah, I'm was an actor. You know, because I just haven't done anything in so long. I haven't done a show in almost like 2 years, but it has almost been 2 years.
Really?
No, actually, it has been 2 years, like a full 2 years.
Shit.
My Ordinary People was March 2 years ago.
Welcome to the not an actor anymore.
Yeah. But you're still in the theater scene.
Yeah, but I'm not an actor.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna get back into it eventually. I just don't know when. I'm a Aldi worker. You know. Yeah, that's about it. I mean, not too much exciting going on in my life right now. I'm turning 30 next month, which is a huge milestone.
That's
but like,
exciting.
actually very exciting. But because it's crazy to just like, Jazz, you pointed this out. We were on the phone the other day, and you pointed this out to me, and it really kind of fucking blew my mind that you guys have been around for all of my 20s.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Have we really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We met when I was
19.
I was 18.
Wow.
I was 18. Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
That's disgusting.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah. It blew my fucking mind. Like, yep. I've matured so much since so much since 2014, and then there were none.
Much further to go.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say some dumb shit. I knew as soon as I said that. As soon as I said that, I was like, he's gonna say something. He's gonna like, no, but really, like I look back to, and then there were none who I was then and who I am now, and it's just like, to me, I don't know if like to other people, but to me, I see two completely different people, like completely different, you know. My weird ass humor is still there, you know. I'm still just fucking act stupid sometimes, but that's just for fun. I'm not actually an idiot.
Yeah.
Okay. I messed up saying that shit.
That's my role in the friendship is to insult. Okay, I'm the mean friend. That's what I do. That's what I'm good at.
No, but since we're on this subject, like talking about that, how you guys have been all of my 20s and the last 2 years of my teen years, like I truly mean it. I truly mean it when I say this friendship means the world to me. God, like it really does. You knew it was. You knew it was.
I mean, on some real shit, man.
Like you guys like are my brothers, like for real.
I will say that, and I hope this doesn't come off fucked up, but I will say that I can tell that it means a lot to you by the way that you interact with us and the way you talk about it.
Absolutely.
And
I don't hide it. Like,
no. But I'm saying, and I hope that it comes out that it mean that you two mean a lot to me.
Yeah.
Because I know one thing that I do, and I even say sometimes it may even be annoying, not just with y'all, but just in general. When I appreciate people, I make a point to tell them, and probably too much. But at the same time, you could debate, is there such a thing as telling somebody that you appreciate them too much or not? Because some people don't say it at all.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, so, I don't know. I don't think there is a cap on how much you can appreciate somebody and how much you can tell them that you appreciate them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't.
You don't appreciate or you don't tell?
both.
You see, I tried to lead into some good shit.
No, I
There's the friendship.
Yeah.
No, I don't. That was so funny.
That was really fucking hilarious. That was hilarious.
No, I'm very dualistic, so both is kind of always my answer. But, no, and I joke when I say that. I genuinely do let people know that I appreciate them and that I care for them and love them. Most of the time by bullying, that is a very important part of who I am is...
And it's, I mean, yeah.
But not in a mean way.
No.
In a mean way. You know what I mean.
Well, it's a difference. The way you do it there's a difference between somebody who's actually being an asshole,
Yeah,
and then somebody who's just I'm gonna joke with you about some shit, but we both know that I don't mean it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Sometimes. Sometimes y'all be getting on my fucking nerves.
Well, I know, and we will get into that, I'm sure.
Yes.
But no, because it's not like you also don't and I'm not saying with us, but just period. You don't harp on people's hyper insecurities.
Oh God, no.
And that's what I'm saying. So
unless you've done me wrong, I'm not gonna bring up your insecurities.
You would joke with me maybe about I couldn't even think of something, but you won't joke with me about if I was feeling a way about my acting ability or something because you know I'm passionate about it.
Yeah.
Shit like that. That's what I mean.
Yeah, I'm very much in the business of telling people what they're good at and giving people affirmation. I think that is one of my love languages is telling people you are good enough. Because so many people have told it to me. It makes me uncomfortable to hear it. It's something that I have been working on my entire life.
Some people can't take compliments.
It's really, really difficult for me to take a compliment. Especially when it comes to acting. When I get off stage, don't talk to me. I don't exist. That was not me on stage. That was some other person. That was William Henry Bloor you saw up there.
You were really good at Bloor.
It was fun.
It was a great
fun. That was a fun role.
I mean, it was a great show.
So, just kind of, I guess this is the friendship episode. First of all, y'all are the first 2 repeat guests. I just thought about that.
Oh, are we the first?
Yeah, you're the first.
Because
that's
we had
cool.
separate episodes and now we got a
Okay,
yeah, wow.
Yeah. I just thought about that right now.
Yeah.
I gotta get somebody else on here to put this episode, that episode up before.
No, I was gonna say we better be first.
This mother
No, so this is kind of the friendship episode. This is a chronicle of what is 11 years of knowing 2 people. Apparently, somebody through their entire 20s. I didn't even.
I know. I didn't realize it until Jazz said it to me on the phone the other day.
Freaking.
That's crazy.
And it blew my fucking mind. That's crazy to me.
Because those are your serious, your teen years are your formative years, and your 20s are your formative
The fact that I can say you guys have known me since I was a teenager is crazy. That's fucking crazy. That's crazy.
Let's kind of dive into that.
Let's do it.
Friendship has lasted 11 years. We've said it many times.
Yeah, absolutely.
How I know we met during
just how
are we still here? How is this continuing? Who let this happen for this long? We have fans as a unit.
Yes, yeah. I was gonna say that. Yeah,
there are the 3 of us together within the acting.
Yeah, there are people. Out there.
This episode is gonna go up. People are gonna go up for this episode. They're gonna be like, "Oh my god,
they're together!" Yeah. There are seriously no joke. Expanding on that. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
There are people in the St. Louis community, just doubling down on what you said, that the 3 of us, separately, we know a lot of people in the St. Louis community, but when the 3 of us are together, there are people that I don't know that know the 3 of us, are as a group.
Yeah.
And that's crazy to me. I don't want to say we're famous in the St. Louis community theater for our friendship, but it almost is our friendship is so well known throughout St. Louis.
Yeah, there was such a long time where we would go to see shows together.
Yeah,
we were doing Sleep in the Third Row row, which we'll get into.
Yeah. And even without a sleep in the third row, we were just seeing movies together all the time.
Anyway. So like it just really going back to the inception of it, it was a very because Jazz and I were already friends at that point.
Yeah.
We had met on Leading Ladies during the show.
2014? 2014?
No, it would have been 2013 because it was the year before we did it. It was the year before we did it.
Yeah.
And there was like a group of us that were hanging out, and it was like 4 or 5 of us or something like that.
We call ourselves the 2013 and 2014 Breakfast Club.
Yeah. And we were hanging out all the time outside of the play, like doing all kinds of stuff. We were hanging out. And then we did this play called And Then There Were None, also known as And Then There Were Any.
Or the politically incorrect title, 10 Little Indians. And then the even worse title, look it up on Wikipedia.
Yes. And shout out Agatha Christie.
Or not.
Let's go into that. Like, let's deep dive. Like,
10 Little.
Said the white guy?
Wait a minute.
See why I asked how?
This video is gonna cancel me.
So, like I said earlier, no. So we kind of collected this one along the way.
Yeah, I was like a trophy. Yeah.
A trophy?
Yeah, I'd call myself a trophy. Little golden trophy.
Can y'all be serious to get to the question?
Like a trophy from like
I'm totally playing.
The Dollar Tree?
Damn.
Like from the $1.25 store?
Damn. Well, it ain't the Dollar Tree anymore.
It ain't no Dollar Tree.
That's why I said the $1.25 store. That's my mom calls it.
It's like Arizona stopped putting 99 cents on the can.
Anyway. That is the stores doing that. That's not the Arizona tea people. He said his tea is supposed to be the same price all the time. Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit.
We stand Arizona tea in this house. But anyway, back to the friendship of it all. So what I guess my question is, how has our friendship remained for so long? And certainly ain't me.
Listen, you are part of it. You are. We have. I'm even gonna say we have a group chat, a text group chat that we've used since we've met. That is, I mean, we've had to delete it and redo it before, but it's to this day we still text like all the time, including this man. So
when we say all the time, we mean all the time.
Yeah,
it's because I've told y'all before, and we all know that literally at 2 a.m. I could probably call one, if not both of y'all, and y'all will be there to talk and probably be there to like help me with something if I really needed it.
And same on my end. Like, yeah.
You don't get people like that all the time. And I mean, I don't know. The theater scene, first of all, I'll say the theater scene in St. Louis, but even more so the community theater scene in St. Louis before we went to the professional side, it's full of a whole bunch of like misfits trying to find themselves. And we happen to find each other.
Yeah.
And we just, we just those, I guess talented weirdos that sound each other. I mean, I don't know, man.
Well, I'm sorry, wait, were you done?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I'm sorry. Well, the way it started, like, we did the show, we all got close, not necessarily just me, Jazz, and Darius. We all got close during that show, and then it ended, and we kind of all just went our separate ways. Not necessarily all lost contact, but, like, not really talked that much. It's like, hey, remember me? Hey, yeah, we did that show together. Like, it started off like that, but then we saw a show together in, like, I think it was November, because that's when
Les Mis,
yeah, we went to see Les Mis together because I don't remember how we randomly hooked up, but we were like, hey, remember me, us guys? Like, yeah.
2 of our friends were in the show, or one.
Oh yeah, one of our friends,
and one of our friends was in the show, and
cough.
One of our friends was in the show, and we were going to go see it, and it was like, I think we all just kind of were like, oh, we're all going.
Yeah, like let's just go together. Yeah. And then after the show, we were like, hey,
this is long, y'all.
That 3.5 hour, that ass-numbingly long show.
And spoiler alert, but as much as she's touted to be important, spoiler alert, Fontaine died so early anyway. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, you bring she died so quick.
The way people go up for Fontaine.
She's in it for like 5 minutes.
Everybody wants to be Fontaine, and I'm like, the song is beautiful. I mean, everybody wants to sing that song.
Because she gets the big song.
That song is beautiful. Yeah. But like, the play could have ended right there for me.
Well, shout out to Ann.
Honestly, yeah, there were still like 3 hours left.
Anyway, Jeremy, what were you saying?
No, I was saying, and it just started like that, and then I remember this like seriously like it was yesterday. It's crazy. And then afterwards, when the I think it was the Chesterfield Mall. I think we went to the because that had the movie theater in it. We went to California Pizza Kitchen afterwards. Were you really? No shit. Are you serious?
Yes,
because we were trying to remember.
What happened.
Oh shit.
We were.
It's
and
crazy.
I remember us going to California Pizza Kitchen because the drink that I had, it was an Asian plum.
Get the fuck out of here.
It was an Asian. Listen. It was an Asian plum martini. And
oh
it was
my god.
Fucking delicious. And our server was hot as
I knew you were going to say that. I feel like I remember that too, that you were like drooling over him.
He
like,
was hot. And I think he was also Asian. So I was like, I'm into it.
I don't even remember all of that.
Hilarious.
I am into it.
Hilarious.
No, I remember that night.
Yeah.
And the pizza was mid, but the cocktail was great.
Yeah.
California
and then
Kitchen, historically mid.
And then, yeah, it's not that great. But then I think it clicked like, hey, there's a movie theater in this mall. And we were like, what movie's out right now? Like, what would we be interested in seeing? And then we all realized at the time, Mockingjay Part 1, Hunger Games, had just come out. And we were like, fuck it, let's go see it. Yeah, like, I was like, yeah, they're good movies. Jazz was like, yeah, they're good. He was fucking like, yeah.
I was obsessed.
Yeah.
I think I had already seen it actually.
You had seen it before. You had seen it before we had. Yeah.
Me, Shisha, and Chris. Shout out Shisha. Shout out Chris. We had like made it a thing where we saw all of those movies together. Like, we saw them like opening night at RIP the Moolah.
Oh shit! That was
we went literally opening night.
Enough. I used to work there anyway.
Oh well, yeah. But like we went every time one of those movies came out on opening night. So I had already seen it. Yeah. But I was like, hell yeah, I'll see it again.
Like, yeah, we agreed that we were gonna go see it, and then we got in my car after the legendary review red car.
The review car.
Yeah.
RIP.
And, I can't remember how like we got the idea, but we were just like, you guys would just want to review this movie?
Well,
like something like that.
We got the idea to do it. It was a little bit spur in the moment, but if I remember correctly, we got the idea to do it because me and Darius had a.
You already had it going. That's right.
And we were trying to come up with different, like a variety of different videos to do.
Yeah.
We had done a video talking about, what music means to people. We had done, the infamous, I want to do some stupid shit. Oh, Lord, look that up. We had done Cooking with Jazz, Talks with Drunk Darius. We were trying to do all this shit. And then we were like, let's try to do...
Sir, I have questions.
Sir, I have questions.
Yeah.
Sir, I have questions.
I remember that.
Sir, I have questions.
I have questions.
Oh, shit. And then we were like, let's do a movie review. So we did that. And then... and then that's also where we started making music because we were like, let's maybe put some music out. And then, I mean, that's a whole different story for a different time. But we made a music thing for a one-off. And it said, fuck YouTube, it kept making music. Yeah. But that's how it came.
I still make music videos.
yeah, this man's still going. He's still going.
If you're listening to this on Spotify or wherever you listen to your podcast,
go ahead.
Subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Promote it. Go ahead.
Watch the video version of it. Thank you.
Let me rephrase. We said, fuck making this variety YouTube channel and just pursue the music.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. But no, it came from us like in the moment being like, oh, well, shit, Jeremy's here and we want to, have guests on and we want to, do a movie review to have variety on our channel. Let's go.
And the rest is
and then
history.
The third row was born.
Yeah. And doing and sleeping in the third row, like that's how we got close. Like that's hanging out. Good. And just outside of sleeping in the third row, that's when we started hanging out a bunch, and that's where this whole thing was born.
Because honestly, before we started getting older and life and then significant others and whatever, people got shit to do and starting companies, whatever the fuck. We would literally be hanging out every day, every other day until 4 or 5 in the fucking morning.
If a week went by without at least the three of us getting together, it was like, okay, something's off. like it was that often. It would be weird. And seriously,
until 4 in the morning.
Yeah. No, seriously, those and like. I think I mentioned this in the last iteration of the video we did.
Nobody knows about the last iteration of the video we did.
Well, I'm just saying, like, that's what we talked about.
We don't acknowledge.
Whatever. Shut the fuck up.
It doesn't even exist anymore. It's on the trash can on my MacBook.
Damn. Well, yeah. Shit. Anyway, after that,
mainly just being stupid because you said it with just so much, just like venom.
Like,
it's a trash can. Like, no, you didn't say it. Like, you
so funny.
Damn.
No, anyway.
In the last video we did.
Shut the fuck up.
Why you guys say like that?
You already brought it up. Yes, this is the second time we recorded.
I didn't mean to bring it.
I have thrown the ball in the trash.
Oh my
apparently.
god!
I accidentally threw the ball in the trash.
You didn't have to draw that much attention to it. I even talked about it like throughout like my 20s and like, you know, whatever, like those are some of my best memories. Like seriously,
Yes.
of us just sitting in my car filming the videos, getting it ready, just literally sitting there till like talking. It used to be like no joke, like, oh, the sun's coming up, time to go. Like it used to
really
literally be like that. And I would,
it really would be
seriously,
like that.
and I would just be getting home like as the sun was up. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go to bed and sleep all day, basically. But seriously, those are some of my best memories. Like, and I hold them so dear. Like, I'm very nostalgic about it. Like, some of the best.
We spent.
I mean, it was so
time,
much fun.
Like curating the intros to every video. Like,
You can see, and we've talked about this, the three of us.
Yeah.
You can see if you look at the early Sleeping Third Row videos, and then before we stopped it, you can see how we had so much creative energy.
Yeah,
in
oh,
intros,
yeah.
and then how we just stopped giving a shit much.
Yeah, it's
Them early intros, views or not, them early intros, we like you said,
hell
we
yeah,
put a lot
put
of
so
time
much
that
energy
shit.
into it.
Like really thinking about it, planning it out, making sure that it coincided with the movie review and all kind of shit.
Yeah.
And then later on, what we fucking doing?
It was like, fuck it. Yeah.
Dancing to the fucking like Jungle Book,
Yeah.
like
Jesus
in opening in
Christ.
the shittiest way.
yeah,
That was a
funny.
terrible
That
shitty
was
ass
funny.
intro.
Yeah.
That's
Oh my
like one of our
God.
last reviews too.
Yeah.
Rip.
But then even after we'd be done filming the videos, like we'd get out of my car and then go into what was your house at the time, and then just sit there and talk for like hours with no plan on like doing anything. And it was just like, it was so much fun. Like, you know, it was so fun.
I think it's fair to say that we all appreciated those times and loved to sleep in Third Row. But
Yeah.
I think it really hit you though.
Yeah, well, that's because it was such a major, like, I was growing up, like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, seriously, yeah.
Because I was in my mid-20s when it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's crazy, like, and I know you're probably gonna make a joke about me saying something like this, but like, for real, like, I think back and I'm like, I don't know how to word this, like, but I've thought about this, like I think back and like how I'm surprised you guys, it's not that I think I was like annoying or insufferable, but like, I'm like, wow, these guys were really, see, that's, shut up, stop right now, stop right now. You were smiling, you were smiling.
I didn't say a word.
You gonna give a wink and a nod to the camera.
Roll the clip. I didn't say do anything.
Slow motion
You roll the
reverse.
clip. You edit the footage.
That's what I'm saying. Darius,
You
roll the
fucking,
clip.
you do a close up on your face and like in that moment in this video. I want to see it. No,
What were you saying, bro?
it's not that I think I was annoying or insufferable at that time, but like I just think back to like that time and I was like, wow, these guys really chose to be friends with me back then.
Why would you think we wouldn't?
Like, just because, like I said, I don't think I was annoying or insufferable, but I was just like, I was younger than you. I wasn't as mature as you guys. Like, I was in, all three of us, especially you two, were at such different places than I was. So I was like, wow, these guys really chose to get so close to me and became like, sorry. No, I mean, I'm good. No, I'm good.
Just in case.
No, like,
I can tell he's not being funny right now.
I'm being sincere.
no, I know tears are coming out, but I just got the little lump there. No, like, I mean, that's how much this friendship means to me, guys. Like, really, like, it just, you know, like, that I was in such a young place in my life and you guys were still there to be like, let's do something, you know, I don't know. It's just, it means the world to me. I can't put it any better than that.
The feeling about like being accepted.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, like being accepted and like, cause not so much anymore just because of how close we are, but I really used to look up to you guys. And I mean, I still do in a way. No, I know. See, I feel like that sounded bad, but like,
but I get it.
not as much just because we're so close. But back then, I really looked up to you guys. Like, you guys were like, wow, like.
Yeah, we were in like a really different place. Like it was. Well, you were still a teenager.
Seriously,
I realized.
Yeah. Like those first couple years, I was a teen. Yeah.
I'm 4 years older than Jeremy and 2 years older than you.
Yeah, we're all 2 years apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all 2 years apart, which is so funny because that's how my siblings are. They're all 2 years apart. And so like well, if you were 19 and I was 21,
I would have been 23.
23. And like genuinely our lives have changed so much.
Majorly.
In over a decade of friendship and like knowing each other, and it is crazy. It is bonkers to me to think about the fact that like really we did kind of like you were like our little brother. Like,
Yeah.
We were like, come on.
Honestly,
come on.
Especially early on,
yeah. Come hang out. Let's do like, because we were already doing YouTube and stuff, and we were just like, all right. Sit down. This is what we're doing.
Yeah. And I mean, and like I said, I looked up to you guys, but like as like a little brother looking up to his big brothers.
And I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I'm trying to think of a way to word it. It's not like, oh, I'm not worthy of that. Like, because I'm not gonna say I'm not worthy. But it's just like, I don't know if. And I don't want to diminish your feelings, but I don't know if you owed me that. You know what I mean? Like, owed me looking up to me or anything, because I don't see myself like, but I appreciate that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, I hear what you're saying, but I also understand like, you kind of just inherently look up to people that you
that you're younger than.
Even if they aren't older than you, even if they're the same age as you, you can kind of like appreciate how they carry themselves and look up to that in a way that like. I don't know, we you know, if somebody was my same age, but they were a little further than me in my career, and were like kind of, not to say that we mentored you, but like mentoring me or like showing me things or like taking me along for their personal journey, and I'm like, wow, I really look up to and appreciate that.
That's
in a way of being appreciative to be a part of somebody's journey, as well as getting this chance to like learn from this person who has a completely different life experience.
Well said.
And you know, did like not super go on this subject if you guys don't want to, but like we obviously had different upbringings, you know, like different the fact that still brought us together is like so cool to me too.
Do you think, since we're talking about childhood and upbringing, do you think being an only child is a part of what kind of helped draw you?
I absolutely do, and I've thought about that too. It's like you know, I am an only child, like you said, and you know, I always wanted like a brother when I was a kid, but like as I grew older, I was like, I don't really want a brother. Like, you know, I'm glad
he was like, I really don't need a brother. Right. I'm so good on a brother. Maybe a sister. And then he met me and he was like, God, I don't need a sister either. Wow, dude.
I get 2 in 1. Yay! All right, yeah. No, but like, and it absolutely was that I'm an only child, but like, I'm just gonna say it, I'm not an only child anymore because I have 2 brothers here. So
we do call your mom.
Yeah, I mean, literally, like, it's like, Mama Chanel,
yeah.
And speaking of, you know, like us being brothers now and calling your mom, the fact that, and I told you how much this meant to me, the fact that the last show that I did, and pretty much, you know, we all go to see each other's shit all the time. Especially, you know, we've missed some as we've gotten older, but for the most part, we've seen everything that everybody's done. And every time, like, if your mom came to see a show that I was in, you were with her, which made sense because you're my friend, and whatever. But it meant so much to me that your mom came, and I told you that she came to the show by herself.
Yeah.
That really touched me.
Yeah. She'll probably watch this, I'm sure.
Because of the fact.
And she asked about it. Wasn't she asking about it?
Yeah, about the old video. It's like, when is he going to upload it? It's like, I don't know. Ask him. Like,
that just made me, that really touched me though. So, hey, Mama Chanel. But yeah, the fact that.
Shout out.
Real shit. The fact that she came with, like I said, the son, like, you're the mom of my friend. Okay. Even though you know me, you're the mom of my friend. But the fact that she came by herself just to, like, see and support, you know, her, like, you know, son in a way. And it was like, damn, that's like, damn, you know, like, it really made me, my bad. I mean, the table. My bad. But it really touched me when I looked out into the audience when we do our Q&As, and I was like, she's here. Oh, cool. By herself? Real shit, man. Yeah. So, anyway.
So, we've dived into the history. We've dove into the history.
We should write an autobiography.
We should write an autobiography of what?
An autobiography?
Yeah.
About what?
I don't know.
How you literally gonna rephrase what I just said like I didn't say it?
You weren't confused enough.
Why? As much as I want to be mad, why is that fair?
This is how quick it is. We could talk about our friendship like we're the best of friends in the world, and then it immediately just turns.
Because I said
confusion in your voice.
We should write an autobiography. We should write an autobiography. These are the same shit. Anyway,
so we've dived into the history of our friendship. Let's to kind of talk about how mental health has affected our friendship.
Yeah, we could. Yeah.
I've said this a multitude of times. I suffer with depression, anxiety a little bit. Recently battling grief.
Yeah.
I'm ready to square up with that bitch any day of the week.
Yeah.
I actually had grief counseling this morning. Oh my God. Whoa, we're halfway through the episode and I haven't even asked the question that I always start my episodes with. Mental health check. How are you both on this 10th day of March at 1:17 p.m. in the year of our Lord and Savior Lady Gaga 2025?
But you know why you probably forgot to ask because we just started.
We just started cutting up.
How stupid.
How are you?
Not how are you? Mental health check.
Mental health check.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, mental health check, but I mean, doesn't that kind of coincide with how are you?
Yes, but like
I'm genuinely asking. I'm not trying to.
Yes, because the whole question is mental health check. How are you today? But the depth of the question is beyond how are you today, because a lot of people will just say, "Oh, I'm fine."
Yeah, yeah, that's fair.
A lot of people.
I'm recognizing that I'm being hard on myself, but I'm being really hard on myself lately. Mm-hmm. Because I got a lot.
The choir.
But like lately, I'm being really hard on myself, and I'm finding myself being more frantic and more worried about stuff than I have been. And I know that the stimulant of the shit is the show that we are working on right now. Mm-hmm. And I mean, it's par for the course, but it's a lot. And you really want to get to a mode where, trying to find the happy medium between at times when I can vent to people, but at the same time, I asked for this, I started this, I want this, and I do want this. I really do want this. But it's just been a lot. And this particular show, even though it's number 4 for the company, it's been more than it had been because there was so much going on behind the scenes with a whole bunch of other stuff that we're not going to get into on this camera.
You will not
but,
about that.
But and it's just been a really lot. And I'm not doing it on my own, got a team of 4 working, but being, I guess founder, president, it's been more on me. And I'm harboring more than I probably should because... So I've been thinking about this too. I'm harboring more than I should because one, when you feel like you got a lot of people counting on you, even if they know you can handle it, you still feel it. Mm-hmm. And I really get the feeling everybody knows Jazz will handle it, but I still feel it. And if this is too much to say about you, but I think you've been open about this, Darius, when you say that one of your things is you don't like to feel like you're a burden.
Oh God, no.
One of my things that I kind of was cognizant of, but I'm really starting to figure out with me is I really don't like to feel like I'm letting people down.
Mm-hmm. I could have told you that.
Yeah. So, which is why at times I will probably manifest these scenarios in my head where I'm letting people down when it's not the case. Mm-hmm. And so that's where I am right now. It's just all of that. Because I'm like, having meetings, making phone calls, writing up contracts, doing this, doing that. And I'm not doing it all on my own, but I'm doing a lot of it. And, I'm the face of it to some extent. Mm-hmm. Not even to all the extent because y'all are so involved in it, but to some extent I am. So it's just a lot.
Well, I'm going to say this to you. You are allowed to be stressed about this thing because A, it's a new company. B, you are wearing many hats as the president and founder of the company. And see, it is stressful. Regardless of what part you were playing in it, if you weren't in the show, if you weren't producing the show, if you were just standing back and being the artistic director and not having as many hands in it, you're allowed to be stressed about it because it is a stressful thing. So, A, don't beat yourself up about that.
Okay.
B, you're handling it very well.
Thank you.
And C, you are not letting anybody down.
I needed to hear them last two. I appreciate
it. Just genuinely.
Because I know you wouldn't lie to me
if you didn't agree. On a professional business partner level, you are handling it.
Thank you.
And everything is Gucci.
Thank you. That damn near will make me cry because I just need to hear some
The tissues are right there if you need them.
No, real talk. Because it just, like I say, it just like I said, you know everybody trusts you. And I know everybody trusts me. I do. And I know nobody thinks that. But I just don't want it to be the case. And I think I would want it to be the case so much that in my head I'm course correcting so much.
You're overcorrecting.
You're right. And not even outwardly, but in my head, I'm just like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, but what about, to the point where it's too much. Yeah. So, yeah. That's where I am right now, though. Just a lot. And I mean, there's other stuff too, like, not super going into it. It's not bad with my father staying with me. There's been no static with my dad staying with me, but it's just two people in a one bedroom apartment. Him in my living room by choice because I did offer him to get for the bedroom, and then he was a very gracious dad and was like, "No, you keep your bed," and he's in the living room, which is actually very noble and nice. And then I'm very present in my mom, my dad, my brother's life. So at times, I'm always helping here and there. And then trying to start the company and working a 9 to 5 and cooking, working in restaurants is very stressful. It's actually a stressful job.
Yeah, it sucks.
So
working in a restaurant sucks.
I do enjoy cooking, and what I like about my new job is there's a few things I like about my new job.
You work with two people that I know very well.
Yeah, I meant to tell you that. Yeah.
No, trust me. One of them in particular has told me a lot. They don't shut up.
I meant to talk to you and ask you about that. We won't call nobody out because we're recording.
We'll talk about it when the camera's
I meant to ask you about that.
We'll talk about it when the camera's on.
Okay. Anyway, no, the things I like about my job. One, the owner, who is also the head chef at my job, everybody says is one of the coolest employers you could work for. He's stern, but he doesn't talk to you like an asshole, which is crazy for most kitchens for the chef to not talk to you like a dickhead. Yep. He's stern, gets it out of you, doesn't talk to you like an asshole, is very forthcoming. Honestly, the last week, some stuff that I have done with Aquarian Rising, I have kind of modeled. I've thought about what he has done and then done it that way. I also love that another thing surprising is I work in a kitchen where nobody has an ego, and it is crazy to work that place. This is going to affect me going forward in my restaurant career. And then I also really like that it doesn't get too monotonous because every 2 weeks he switches up menu items. So it's not the same, making the same shit for fucking 3, 4, 5 years.
Nice.
Oh yeah. I'm definitely in a weird place. I can't say I'm in a good place because that's just not true. But it's a weird place that goes back and forth. Like I've been in this mindset of lately, like you were just talking about, like you don't like to feel like this, which I am feeling like I've majorly been feeling like such a burden lately to everybody in my life, whether they tell me I am or not. Like I've almost. I pretty much have convinced myself that like how do I can what's the word for it I'm just trying to think of the right way to say it thought of like people's, this is a dark way to put it, but it is kind of how I feel about it. People's lives are better when I'm just not around or in it.
Some of the conversations that we've had lately,
yeah,
and I ask you genuinely, and I know I do that with you sometimes, and you do that with me sometimes, and whatever, is like I've asked you, Jeremy, over the last 1, 2, 3 months, hey man, how you doing? And you've pretty much alluded to that. Not even alluded, you kind of come out and say that.
Yeah, and just I've just convinced myself that people's lives are just like, not better, but just like, if I'm just not around. So I've almost convinced myself that's the case, and I'm not necessarily a shut-in, but I've definitely turned myself into an introvert. And it's become like, I used to love going out and doing stuff, and obviously if you guys were like, hey, let's go out and get dinner, or let's go out and see a movie, I'm be like, fuck yeah, let's do it. But like, it's harder for me to go out and do stuff now than it used to be, because I used to be like, I don't want to be inside, like, go outside and do something. Now I'm like, I'm the most comfortable when I'm just inside by myself, and that's just not a good place to be in, obviously. So I'm trying to work my way out of that, but it's difficult. That's why I said this friendship means so much to me, because I have convinced myself that people's lives are better without me, but then I have you guys out there reminding me that that's not the case. So it's nice to hear. But there are a lot of my friends out there that I haven't talked to, or a couple friends, like if I reach out, will give me like a 1-word response or something like that, or be like, hey, how you doing? They'll just be like, I'm good. It's like, hey, it's hard to describe, but like, because I don't want to call out certain names, obviously. But there are people out there that are just like, hey, thanks for saying that. And then like, okay, hope you're doing well. And then just is it who I think? You probably know. Okay. Yeah. But we're probably thinking of the same group. I obviously no names, obviously, but yeah, and I've just convinced myself, like, and especially stuff like that does not help. Like, like I said, there are friends I haven't talked to in months, several months, just because like I'm so comfortable with just being by myself now that that it's just like I don't want to, you know what I mean? Like people are like, hey, you want to go hang out like next week and then I think of my day off, I'd be like, but I just want to do nothing on that day off. I just want to sit inside and do nothing, and that's not good.
I relate to
like
that so deep.
Yeah, and it's just yeah. I guess you could say I'm in like depression right now, but it's a weird place. I'm definitely in a really weird place right now.
I relate to that really deeply. And not in the way of like feeling introverted because I've isolated myself. In the up and down roller coaster of my grief, I have kind of convinced myself that everybody can see the grief on me.
I even told you one day, I said that's not true.
And it is like, it's kind of something I talked to my therapist about this morning. But it has made me to the point where like I don't want to be around people that I know because I don't want to be asked how I'm doing.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
I don't want to be in a situation where like I have to talk about it, which I don't mind talking about it. But at the same time, I don't want that to be the only thing that people are like, oh God, Derek, here comes Darius. We gotta ask him about his brother. We gotta ask him how he's doing.
I know what you mean.
I don't think people feel like, well, I'll cut you off. I'm sorry.
I'm sure they don't feel that way. I'm sure people don't feel like they have to ask me about it, or like, and I've been in plenty of situations where it just kind of moves forward and goes. But it's that thing, that cloud that hangs over me every day of like, and I've had conversations with some of my family members that kind of feel similar. Like it just is like the only thing that I can talk about, or the only thing that people want to talk about. Like it just, and it could be me in my own head. It could be whatever. But like in this period of grief, it's only been like 6 months and a couple days since I lost my brother. And like, I'm so still,
rest in peace, dude.
I am still so sensitive to it that like, I don't want to go and be like, that's a lot of times why I don't want to meet in person. Cause I'm like, I don't want to be like,
well, that's why, like, one day we were having Aquarian Rising meeting. I think like over the phone. It was me, shout out to Greg and my mother, and my mom said, hey, and that was after you texted me saying I'd rather not talk, and it was like, hey, is Darius available? And I said, Darius, he said that he had a lot going on today with therapy, this, that. He'd rather not talk. Oh, okay.
And I know that, and.
There was
just like the same with you, Jeremy. The mind is going to convince you that like nobody wants to be around you, or nobody wants to hang out, nobody wants to do this, that, XYZ, and then you become introverted and you become trapped. And I think a lot of that also comes from the pandemic when we were trapped inside.
Yeah.
So it's like this combination of we spent 6 to 9 months inside with no human contact outside of a video screen or over the phone.
And then we spent a long time outside with being closed off in places and wearing masks and having this social distance and all that.
Yep. And then you combine that with mental illness where you have convinced yourself that people just don't care. It's hard to break that cycle in yourself.
Yeah. Absolutely is. And
sorry.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Were you gonna say something?
No, I was gonna ask. You talk, because I was gonna ask you something about what you said. So you may.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna double down on that, and not just that year, but obviously you guys know, a lot of people know that I went through a major depressive episode in 2022. I think it was.
I think that entire year you were fucked up.
It was bad. Lot of stuff going wrong. One of the major things going wrong was my dog, who was my best friend. My best friend passed away. And not just passed away, he passed away from cancer. So it wasn't a good process. It was very, 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 very hard to watch him go through that. And then one day he was just gone. And the house was empty. The house was quiet. And I couldn't stand that. And I was already in a weird place because of a lot of different stuff at that time, but Cooper dying was just the nail in the coffin. That really just set me over the edge to where it's I don't really want to be here anymore. And it was just it was horrible. And every time I was going out, Jazz, you know this, every time I was going out to hang out with friends, I was getting drunk, plastered. I wasn't.
Oh, I remember. Yeah. You were consciously being I'm drinking because I want to forget or not feel this.
Yeah, if I was going out,
it happened.
You're right. You're right.
Doing this on purpose. I remember you said that. Yeah.
Even if I'm going out, let's go see a movie. Okay, I'm gonna get drunk, but okay. Yeah. I wasn't turning into an alcoholic, but if it went down that road, it could have dangerously turned into that. And I was in such a comfortable place, just constantly getting drunk and drinking and stuff. It's being drunk was I can't wait to be drunk again. You know what I mean? I can't wait to be in that
you could have
headspace. Yeah. But I stopped because things did start to get better. Because about a year after that, I saved up a lot of money and I moved out. So everything really, really improved, and I'm still moved out and supporting myself to this day. So I'm very proud of that. And then I did Ordinary People, which was a dream role I wanted to do for so long, and it really helped me snap out of my funk. Yeah. But it's still there. It's still there.
That breakdown.
Yeah,
too.
Thank you. Oh, thank you.
In the show.
Thank you, man. And it like I said, it's still there. I'm fine right now, but I could very well wake up tomorrow and be fuck my life. And it's just, so that's just.
What I was going to ask you as a friend, though, if I could, off of what you said, man, was who, when you say people might be better without me around, what people? Who?
Everyone. Not necessarily
everyone, strangers? Because the strangers...
Well, not necessarily
not
strangers.
The strangers don't matter, but in the grand scheme of things, strangers don't matter. That's
right,
what I'm saying.
Right,
so
not necessarily
who?
Strangers, but my friends or people I know. You know what I mean?
As someone who's been there, when you say everyone, you mean everyone.
That's what I'm
even strangers. And when I was at that point in my life where I felt like everybody would be better without me, the world would revolve and turn and move faster if I had never existed.
Why so? Why?
I don't know. You've just convinced yourself. You've just convinced yourself.
I'm trying to say it's just on some friend stuff, not on some ignorance, but
genuinely.
What is it that you think that you're doing?
And there is no reason sometimes.
Taking away from
maybe
no reason sometimes.
Okay. Maybe for me at least, with this friendship, I know it's 100% not the case. I know that, but I've convinced myself this is the case. Because we don't hang out as much anymore, and that's just because we're busy. You have a partner.
You said that. More than out of the three of us, you've definitely said that.
The three of us were just so close and hanging out every week, and now that doesn't happen anymore. That makes me sad. But I know the friendship is still there. I know the closeness. I know the brothership is still there. Brothership. I know that doesn't sound a fucking word. Brotherhood. Yeah, exactly.
Brothership is nice. Brothership is nice.
Ship those brothers.
What did you just say?
Ship those brothers.
I was just about to say I'm changing the name of our group chat to the Brothership.
The Brothership. No, we can. No, let's do that.
The Brothership is hard. I like that.
No, we should. We should.
No,
but
not anymore.
The Brothership.
But
we are officially. It took 11 years. We officially called the Brothership.
The Brothership.
Are we? Yeah. I haven't decided on that.
Yeah.
I haven't. You
got outvoted.
Damn, it is 2-3. And his vote counts more because he's white.
What the fuck?
What's so funny is race never comes up in our friendship either. That's why.
It comes up often.
Does it? I mean,
I bring it up all the time.
Oh, okay, you do, bitch.
What do you mean? We
joke.
We joke about race. Like, what do you mean doesn't come up? Like,
we joke about it. We do. We joke about it. Yeah.
This. We are 2 black men and a white man in a friendship.
It's gonna.
It's gonna happen at some. I'm in a relationship with a white man. It happens. It is my fate. It is my joy. I said this about myself at work. I'm the super minority. I'm black, queer, gender non-conforming, okay? I have mental illness. There is a month for every single one of my intersectionalities, okay?
That's crazy.
I am the super minority. It brings me great joy to be, yes. It brings me great joy to make white people uncomfortable. I'm just going to say that for real, and I hope every person in the comments, black people, y'all know. Okay.
But I mean, yeah. Now we talked about this too. It's like you said, we're two black people, one white person, 2 straight people, one LGBT.
Yeah.
Like, and then I mean, obviously, this is not a comparison, but 2 tall people and a short guy.
Oh yeah.
And
it does come up.
When I say we bring up race all the time, it's not that we are
not like
not in
a bad way. Yeah, right. Not in a bad way.
Shut your black ass up. Like no,
he has never said that.
He's never said shut your black ass up. He has never said that.
I think that's also another part of our friendship.
And we've never said shut your white motherfucking mouth. We never said no shit like that.
Yes, you have.
As a joke.
It's always as a joke.
We've never said your opinion don't matter here or something. Maybe have.
I probably have.
Probably.
Probably. That's my favorite thing.
I'm trying to think. Well, no. Let me rephrase. We may have said certain shit like that, but we've said it as like now with like venom behind it.
Yeah, no. That's what I mean. And that's what I was trying to say. There's never been a point in our friendship where like we have been antagonistic about each other's race.
No, never.
Sexual orientation.
None of that. It is never antagonizing, but often I will say something about him being the one white friend.
Yeah. It's gonna naturally come up.
Like, I'll joke with him about being white every now and then. He'll joke with us like, what would you do with blah 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 about some black shit or whatever. It's just like, and then I made a joke with Darius before, or a few jokes with Darius here and there, about your sexuality and shit.
Oh yeah, because
I'd be like, yo ass, like on some gay shit. I'm like, yo, of course you.
Yeah.
Like,
but they're all jokes and we laugh.
But we know it's jokes because we know we've been friends so long that we don't mean it.
We don't.
Now, if we had done this when we first met, it'd be a different story. It's like, who is this fucker?
There was that one time.
I mean, if
I don't even know what you're talking about.
If we're gonna talk about the whole friendship, we should talk about
Oh, that's not what I was talking about. I was talking about that.
I don't even know what you're talking about. What the fuck?
I was talking about that time
when I was in Centigelo.
No.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Wait, what are you talking about?
Let's not talk about that.
Oh, he really don't want to talk about it. Okay, all right, okay.
I don't even know what y'all talking about.
When the camera.
Well, we'll tell you if he genuinely don't want to talk about it. So we do not.
Yeah.
We'll talk. I don't want to go down that road.
Yeah, obviously it's not. That's not what we do here. We don't to bring up uncomfortable things.
But basically, I wasn't saying to make you uncomfortable.
No. I was
saying because we were talking about at one point early on, something got said, but we moved past it and it was all good.
Yeah.
Misunderstandings, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
Within minutes, we moved past.
Literally.
It.
Yeah. And that's what happens in friendship. Like you don't.
There's speed bumps.
I think there's things
speed bumps
where you kind of just have to learn each other's idiosyncrasies, and like if a friendship is gonna last, it's gonna last, and if it's not, it's not. That's just kind of how life goes. It's important. What I was saying was I don't think you can have a true lasting friendship with someone who you can't challenge in a certain way.
I agree with that.
Who you are not actively learning from in some type of way. Or
I agree with that.
Maybe not even necessarily learning from, but like gaining some kind of worldview. That's why you can't have friends who are all the same as you. Like you have to have people you have to pull friends from kind of every little genre of the world. Some of them you can leave them over there.
I agree with you.
There are people who are on a certain particular type of time that are not friends of mine. You will not be a friend of mine, and that's okay, and that's just what that's going to be. But there are people who deserve kindness, love, and joy. Who don't understand the world or whatever, blah, 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 blah. Like, there are certain things that you just can't, that are hard limits, and then there are things that's like, okay, well, I can learn from this person in some way about something. And I think that's where true friendship lies, is like that challenge, that back and forth of not being the same all the time.
Well, I mean, like, my stance in politics, and y'all know that very well. And I mean, like, the short of it all is I am not political in the slightest, and don't care, like, to lean pretty much any way. And we've had conversations. You could say I'm a conspiracy theorist on a lot of stuff, this, that. At times, without, like, shitting on me, both of y'all pretty much said Jazz is, like, in so many words, y'all have kind of said Jazz is kind of fucking stupid. Like, in so many words. And then I'm just like, well, I disagree. I think this is fucking stupid. And then we just move past it.
Yeah. And, like, for me, I have no choice but to be political. I am a walking political statement. Like, it just, I didn't choose this life chose me. So, in the immortal words of Lady Gaga, I was born this way. I don't get to choose who I am in love with. I don't get to choose how I identify. I don't get to choose how I could put on some clothes and look straight as fuck and I have my nails painted, but that's not authentic to who I am. And so, as a black queer person, I don't get the choice to not be a political statement.
I mean, you're living your life, and at the end of this life, whenever it ends, you want to be able to look back and say, I lived my life the way I wanted to. So, like you said, you could put the clothes on, but no, why would you do that?
Why would I be inauthentic to who I am? Why can't I say the word authentic? I can say aesthetic with no problem. That's because I'm gay.
Jesus Christ.
No, because you didn't say it with a lisp. Let me stop.
That was a little bit there.
It was.
Aesthetic. But no, so
yeah, man.
Going back to how mental health has affected our friendship, I forgot what I was gonna say. It immediately. I'm
sure you can edit, but I'll give you time to think of it. What you were saying? Okay.
Just going down a mental health level right now. Like I'm shutting myself up in my mind right now. But just going down that little road we did of like what we were talking about, like the uncomfortable things and stuff. It's just in that moment there, like I had to throw myself out of it. But just in that moment there, I was like, you're a burden, you're a burden, you're a burden, you're a burden. Like, just in that moment there, I was trying to convince myself I wasn't. So it's just like, that's how it happens, It just clicks like that.
I'll tell you, I mean, I would hope it goes without saying, but I will still say you are not a burden.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
In my life.
Thank you.
I will take this one moment to not joke. You are not a burden.
Thank you.
As that being something that really, really, really triggers me too. I feel you. So no, you are not a burden.
Thank you. You are not, like, in any way, shape, or form. You are not a.
Well, that I'm proud of.
That I'm proud of. No, you're not a burden. I mean, because even like
you wouldn't be sitting in my kitchen if you were.
Well, we wouldn't be making this video if I was. I'm sure.
We might be, but you would be on video call.
Damn. Going back to Sleep in the Third Row, like you said, as we got to know each other before we knew you, we made a point when we were doing our YouTube channel that we would not do a Sleep in the Third Row without you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you've told me that. Yeah.
Because originally it was supposed to be like a guest appearance, and then we were like, no, this is
like
good.
Keep it going.
The chemistry was so good.
Yeah.
We were like, why would we do that? And then we became friends.
Yeah. And I remember how.
And then we became friends and we kept it going. Yeah.
That's how my nickname started. Like before we would start reviews, like let's go get food. Let's go through real quick. So if you go back
to it at first too.
Yeah, that was like fuck it.
Your name on my phone is still Gizzy.
Like, yeah, if.
I should change it to Gizaroo.
Now you really hate Gizaroo.
Like if you go back to those old reviews, not that I'm saying you would, but I'm just saying if you did, like, and there's like food on the table or we're eating during the review, that's because of.
It's probably because he wanted to go get some. We gotta go before Raising Cane's closes.
Fuck you.
Looking ass.
This man is hungry. Like,
always.
I'm hungry, but this man is hungry.
Always. And he had like a fucking Wendy's down the street from his house that we'd always go to.
Our nickname for Jeremy is Gizzy, which came from Gizmo because we would always want food, and I was like he's like, don't feed him after midnight.
Yeah, you gotta
Gizmo.
You gotta feed Gizzy before midnight, or he will turn into a gremlin.
Yeah.
So then, Gizzy came from that, right? Yeah. All right, Mr. Hosty Host.
Sorry. Phone's blowing up, of course, because I'm in the middle of something.
That's how it always goes.
So, speaking of the uncomfortable moments in the friendship, I think we kind of have to just dig it up and just talk about it and be done with it.
You talk about a friendship.
Have to talk about it.
We talk about friendship. We talk about lasting friendships.
We have to talk about it.
And just to preface this, if I could, I'm sorry.
No, please.
Just to preface this, like, every friendship that goes on for this long, 11 years, I don't care who the fuck you are. I don't care if your friend is like, you fucking live with your friend. Every friendship goes through speed bumps. Mm-hmm. Every friendship has uncomfortable moments. If you have a friendship that hasn't gone through speed bumps or uncomfortable moments, like, are they truly a close friend? Like, it happens, and you move past it. So,
I mean, that's
it happens.
Honestly, that is like before we could talk about, but the reason why we have been friends this long, and that's another thing too. Like, because I have, I got like my best friend I've been friends with since I was like 7, right? Mm-hmm. After you've been friends with somebody for so long, you don't even think about it, like, duh, we're gonna be friends, right? And you go through so much that this person helped me here, this person helped me here. Like you said, we got over this. Mm-hmm. Like the one night where I got fucking locked up for unpaid parking tickets.
Oh yeah.
And Jeremy was able to bail me out, like, but the entire time Darius was driving around with another friend of ours trying to find a bank so he could, help me out as well. So both of y'all were gonna help me that night. Yeah. So, and Jeremy was able to do it, but I
felt so bad too. I felt so bad that literally every place I went was closed.
And I mean, it wasn't your fault.
I know, but I was like, what the fuck?
It was like 2-3 in the morning.
It was where even was I? Why was I?
You were driving around with someone.
I remember who I was with, but I don't know why we were together. I don't remember like what we had done.
I know who you were. I don't know if I should call the name or not. But I know. And I forgot why y'all were together too. But But anyway, the long story short, I did an overnighter for unpaid parking tickets. The cop could tell I wasn't a bad guy and let me keep my fucking phone because they just wanted the money. Say, if you got the money and you got somebody who can get it, transfer the money to them. 2 a.m, everywhere was fucking closed except this random Western Union that I knew in the hood. And I was like, Jeremy, if you don't mind, you're going to be the only white guy in there.
Because I was already just leaving work because that was before COVID when places would be open until like 30 in the morning.
Right. Yeah. And I was like, Jeremy, you're going to be the only white guy in there. Not that anybody's going to give a fuck, but if you don't mind, you can go in here. I'll transfer the money. And this dude waited in line
for like over an hour.
For like at 2 a.m, so I transferred my money to him, Western Union. Paid and got me out of jail. And the entire time, Darius, like I said, other friend, was trying to find a bank or Western Union to get the money. Yeah. So that's one way where it's like, if somebody would do that. I even brought that up to my dad. I said, I know I'm like, Jeremy he helped me move this, that. Darius helped me move whatever.
I was about to say, you ain't gonna mention me?
I said Darius helped me move whatever.
When you said it's separate, you could have said Darius and Jeremy helped you move. This man ain't telling me he lived on the 3rd floor. I'm still
That's another thing I could go into. But I was going to say, and also, too, I know that y'all are my friends because y'all literally bailed me out of jail.
Yeah.
Yes. But no.
I live on the 3rd floor and Darius is like, fuck no, I'm not helping you.
If you want to talk about some old friend shit, like, if you want to tell the story about...
Yeah, I do want to tell the story.
I was going to tell it, but I just told my whole thing. Go ahead. Tell the story about...
The story. So... I think 3 or 4 years ago now.
I've been living in my place for about 4 years now.
Yeah, so 4 years ago, Jazz called upon his friends, as one does, to help him move to a new apartment. Okay, cool, work, got you. Absolutely.
I was working, so I had to say no.
Yeah, so he comes to pick me up. Y'all know I don't drive, I got trauma. He comes to pick me up. We get there. I'm like, okay, which apartment is it? I'm on the 3rd floor.
No, this is how it happened. You such a good friend helped me move to the 3rd floor.
Oh yeah. You such a good friend helped me move on the 3rd floor. I said 3rd floor? He's like, yeah, I'm on the 3rd floor. I was like, you didn't tell me you lived on the 3rd floor. You swore up and down.
I thought I did.
Up and down, you told me you lived on the 3rd floor. You never once told me you lived on the 3rd floor. So he said he lived on the 3rd floor. I said, without hesitation, you buy me something to eat.
And I didn't even flinch. Okay. What the fuck I'm gonna say?
And just to add to it, no elevator.
And the stairwell, is this big.
Yeah, very thin stairwell.
Both of those are true. No elevator and it's tiny.
I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. This man asked me to help him move and then tell me he was living on the 3rd floor till I got here and I'm trapped because I don't have a car. You got that is some damn witchery and trickery.
Witchery and trickery.
That is some Tom the Hell foolery for real.
Okay,
man,
now that we talked about, if y'all got other times that we helped you or whatever, but I was saying those are two things for me like that I definitely bring up a lot. How I know y'all are my friends because y'all helped me with moving to the 3rd floor and bailing me out of jail and amongst other shit. But yeah, we can get into the one time that our friendship got tested,
like majorly tested.
I don't want to say it. Y'all can talk about it.
You don't want to talk about it?
I want to talk about it, but I will let you all tell the story from your perspective first, and then.
Well, I was gonna say real quick. I'll say it, but I don't want to say hopefully say the wrong thing. Not that I think I will, because it was mainly.
You good?
Okay.
So, St. Louis used to have a movie theater, like an old movie theater called the Tivoli. It's closed now.
Shout out to COVID.
Is it really?
It's owned by a church.
It's a church. It's not the Tivoli.
Oh, but it's not a movie theater.
You still see movies there.
Do they really?
I was on the loop the other day, and I was like, I think you can still see movies there. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah.
But I think you might still be able to see. It might be Christian movies, but.
Oh shit. Yeah. Well, anyway, there was an old theater called the Tivoli, and they used to do it yearly, I think. They do a showing of a movie called The Room. It's one of the best, worst movies ever made, and they do a showing where you go and people yell at the screen. There's planted people in the audience to do weird shit. You throw spoons. It's kind of like Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Not as crazy.
Not as crazy, but it's
yeah.
And they used to do it all the time. The lead actor Tommy Wiseau would be there sometimes. He wasn't there when we were there.
That would have been so cool.
But and Darius does not drive. Was this before?
Trauma.
Yeah.
This might have been what, 2017?
It's been a hot little minute.
It's been a while, yeah. I think it was around that time.
Sure.
Probably 2017.
And it was real late at night when the movie ended, because it's a midnight showing when they do the movie. It's real late at night. By the time we were out of the theater, it was 3, 4 in the morning. Maybe 2 or 3. I don't know. It's late, very late. And we went back to the parking lot, and obviously, we always used to try to give Darius rides home because he didn't drive, and we always didn't want him to take an Uber if he didn't have to spend that money.
As you do with your friends.
Right,
don't take an Uber. Right.
But I guess Jazz and I were real tired, or we just weren't in the mood for it. But Jazz and I both got into an argument. It wasn't an argument, but it was a back and forth.
But we did go back and forth
about who was gonna drive Darius home.
It was very asshole-ish of both of us.
Very asshole-ish, because Darius lived super far out at the time.
And you were standing right there. First off, we shouldn't have done it, but you were standing right there.
It's fine, I'll take an Uber.
But we were like, no.
You said it a few times.
It's fine, I'll take an Uber.
And we were being dicks, being like, no, we'll figure it out. We'll decide it. Just we'll chill out.
Actively trying to figure it out for them.
Yeah,
I'm so good.
And then
we got to a point where it's we'll flip a quarter for who's going to drive him home.
Yeah, we did say that, didn't we? And we were like, you want to take him? No, man, I took him the other day. You take him.
Yeah, it was a back and forth.
That was asshole-ish as fuck.
And looking back, I feel like the biggest fucking piece of shit in the world to make my friend feel like that.
Right.
I should have just been of course I'll give you a ride home. Who gives a fuck?
Even if it didn't make you feel.
You're right.
Genuinely,
right. Honestly, yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, and I just want to say about that. I know we've far moved past that. It's been so long, but I just want to say that seriously, to make my friend be in that headspace, to make you feel like that. Looking back, I'm sorry.
That's what I'll say.
I'm genuinely sorry.
Yeah, because
no, you're good. I was just gonna say I never want to be the reason you feel like that, and that because you're such my close friend. Our whole brother talk.
Yeah.
And I feel like the biggest piece of shit in the world for doing that, and I'm genuinely apologizing. I know I don't need to because it's just been so long.
Yeah, the apologies have already been
yeah, and it's yeah.
But like I say, even if you didn't feel as deeply as you felt later from that, in the moment, that's just some dickhead shit to do.
Dickhead, yeah.
Even if you didn't take that and feel it, they're just right in front of somebody. I don't want to take them, you take them. What the fuck?
And then we would
But then off of that, I agree. I never want to make either one of y'all feel like that, right?
days would go by, and Jazz and I would text in the group chat, and
we
you
were
were
still talking.
like real quiet. Yeah. And about a week finally went by, and I had just gotten off work. I was like, you know what? Let me call this man. Like, and I.
It was more than a week.
It was more than a week, wasn't it? Yeah.
It was more than just 7 days.
Yeah.
And I finally
at least a month, if not more.
Yeah.
It might have been about a month. Yeah. I think. Damn. Yeah.
And I finally called you, and you answered, and I was like, "Dude, is everything all right?" And you were kind of like, "No, not really." And we kind of had a conversation, and then eventually the three of us did like have a sit down, and we talked about it, and you know, things were said, apologies were made, and you know, again, we've moved past it. It's past.
And like I said, I think we told you this too, Darius, but me and Jeremy were talking the entire time, and we were like, Darius been quiet.
Yeah, like it's separately to each other. We were like,
then Jeremy was like, I think it's because of that night.
Yeah.
We were kind of assholes that night. Yeah. Damn. Oh shit. Like it was all like, oh shit. Damn.
And like from my perspective of it, like I said, many times I was like, I will just take an Uber.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's so okay. Neither of you has to take me home. I'm a grown man. I can get myself places. Like I'm good. It's okay. And like, I think part of me blames myself for it because like in my mind sometimes I'm like, you grown fucking man, why can't you just drive a fucking car? Come on now. Then I think about my trauma and I'm like, okay, whatever. We understand. We get it why you don't drive a car, but like at some point you gotta get over that shit. But also in the moment I was like, I should have, for me, and this is why it was like doubly bad for me, is like at the end of the day I felt like I should have just took the matter into my own hands and just like walked away into
said, fuck it, I'm gonna get an Uber, fuck y'all.
Took an Uber and just been like, fuck it. But I know if I had done that, I would have never spoken to you again.
Yeah.
Like, I would have never said anything to either of you again. Mm-hmm. And I had full intentions of never talking to the two of you ever again. Mm-hmm. Y'all can thank my mom for our friendship.
You said, thank you, Ms. Robin. But no, I mean, you said that, yeah.
Because it was, and it wasn't even because I hated you or I felt like I was slighted or whatever, blah, 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 blah. It just, again, going back to the being a burden feeling triggering, like that feeling in the moment was like overwhelming. So, and then the coin flip of it all really was just like,
that's where I was like, okay, cool.
That's really what, like, I don't know if you remember, I think you took me home. I don't know if
it was Jazz that took you home.
Completely silent the whole car ride.
I don't fully remember, but that does sound about right.
I was like so triggered and so uncomfortable and like really didn't even want to get in the car, but it was 4:00 in the morning and what the fuck else am I gonna do? Like I was like feeling triggered, trapped, and trampled on.
Damn.
And it was like also having that battle in my head of like, how the fuck do you get yourself in this scenario where you don't have a ride home? Like, what the fuck? Like, you're grown. Why don't you just drive? Like, it triggered so many things that like it spiraled me into I can never speak to these people again.
But okay, so can I ask you, when you say like I would not have hated you, but I would not have spoken to you again. How does that coincide? Because I'm following, but I'm just just talking like.
I mean, there's plenty of people that I don't hate that I will never talk to again. We talk a lot about
after that situation. That's what I mean. Yeah.
Well, like it's more of that like me feeling bad for myself, like maybe a little embarrassed even.
Okay.
And it was just like I can't speak to these people ever again. And I also was like, they made me feel really shitty.
That's what I would have thought.
And I don't want to be friends with people who make me feel shitty, but also like...
That's what I would have thought.
There's no reason now. This has run its course. It's fine. It was cool while it lasted. I'm good. Like, and I also, you know me, y'all already know, excuse me, I've kind of come out of this a little bit, but like, I'm not good with vulnerability and sensitivity. As sensitive of a person as I am, that is like something that is very uncomfortable in me. So to even have the conversation afterwards was like, oh, why do I even need to say it? Like, why do I even need to? I can just be done. I'm so much better at just cutting somebody off and just being done with it than ever addressing the situation. Not because I'm scared to address it, because I absolutely will, but because for me, I've already felt bad. I already feel bad for myself. In my mind, the friendship is already over. Why do I need to keep harping on it? You know? In scenarios like this. In other scenarios, I'll cut you the fuck out.
it would have been it just would have been easier to just be like, y'all don't exist, instead of even trying to just act like anything.
Right.
Yeah. I
and there was no way I was gonna pretend like everything was cool. Like the y'all not hearing from me for a month or however long it was like there was no way that I was gonna be in the group chat like kiki ha. That was not ever gonna happen.
And you shouldn't do that if you felt that way.
You're right.
Yeah.
Nobody can tell you how to feel, and like I say, looking in the moment, even if you didn't feel it as deeply as you did, which I agree with Jeremy, I don't want you to feel that way, and I hate, and I'm sorry I made you feel that way. But if you didn't feel that way, that's just shitty to do in front of somebody.
Yeah, very.
It is
Very.
bullshit.
That's just shitty to do in front of somebody.
No, I won't defend that for a second.
Even if I did drive, because I keep trying to take myself out of the scenario of like not driving, because it is a big thing for me. Like driving is a very big thing for me. Even in my relationship, my partner doesn't make me feel at all like a burden when it comes to like having to go places or whatever. And sometimes it's like overly trying to be like, I'll pick you up, I'll take you to the, like, sometimes I'm like, I can do it, I'm good, I will get there. And like, I guess it's a level of independence that I have to feel, because I can't drive. I'm like, okay, but I can still get places. Like, I'm good, I don't need to be driven around, whatever. Because just being in the car makes me feel uncomfortable anyway. But even if I had just ridden with one of you and I did have my own vehicle and did drive, it still is just fucked up.
That's what I'm saying. That's still some shitty shit to do.
Removing my own personal trauma from it, I'm like, yeah, no, I had a right to feel uncomfortable and upset about that.
It's shitty to do that.
Of course.
Yeah.
Why? Can you, if you share, like, go in like the detail, like what made you be like, all right, I'm going to confront them, but I'm gonna talk it out with them, get back to it, and then we were able to squash it.
This is how I know it had been a long time, because my mom asked about it.
Yeah,
because I hadn't said anything. I wasn't. I was chilling. Mom was like, I haven't heard from Jazz or Jeremy in a while. Because
we were fucking over your house all the time.
That's how often we were seeing each other.
Yeah, I was living with my mom at that time, and she was like, I haven't heard from them. You haven't talked about them in a while. And I was like, oh, I'm not friends with them anymore. And she was like, what? What? And I told her what happened. And
the way you said she was like,
she was like, what? And I told her.
Like, you just told her you was growing a third nose. Like, what happened to the second one? What the fuck? Like,
no, yeah, I told her that, and she was like, wait a minute, what? And I was like, yeah, and I explained the situation to her, and I explained how it made me feel. And she was like, well, Darius, they don't know that they made you feel that way. That was big. We pretty much did, but that was the biggest thing was me. And she was like, even if you're not going to be friends with them anymore, you still, she didn't say, oh, but she said you could still explain to them what happened and just tell them why you don't want to be friends with them anymore. And I was like, okay, whatever. And I mulled it over for a week. And I think then a week later you called me. Yeah. I was like, and I almost didn't answer the phone in my mom's voice, because my mom's voice is always playing in my head. My mom's voice is the voice of reason in my head, not my own. It is my mom's voice. And she was like, answer the phone. And I was like, damn, bro, all right. Fine. So I answered the phone, and then, conversation was had, and it is what it is. Yeah. And that was like at a point in time where I was like really deep in depression too. I think that was like around the time we took that really long drive. We had no idea you felt until after you said that. Yeah. I was like, what? Yeah, I just thought that you were just chilling. I didn't know
you were just tired and quiet. Yeah.
I have dealt with depression since I was like 15, 16 years old. Suicide, all that good stuff. You name it, I've been there. And in the play that I wrote, My Infinite Sadness, there's a line in the show where I say, or I forget exactly how it goes. Like that time you took that drive. That time you took that drive with your friends, and the only thing you could add to the conversation was silence. Like, and that was real life. Inspired from a long drive that we took. Street here in St. Louis called Clayton Road, and that was forever, and we were driving down there for like an hour. Because again, one of our ain't got shit to do nights left IHOP at 2 a.m.
We used to go to this IHOP in like right next to the Galleria Mall. Like almost every night. Where it was like, "What you guys would do?" Oh, let's just go to IHOP, and again, we'd be there till like the fucking sun came up because that was back when things were 24 hours.
One of the servers apparently liked me, and everybody could tell but me.
And we went there so much that we knew all the people that worked there.
Yeah.
And then we would eat and then just fucking sit there like all night talking and like sometimes like drive around, and that was the night we drove around.
And then Jeremy had the idea, let's just drive to the end of Clayton Road. What the fuck? And it seemed so stupid, and then when we did it was like, oh shit. But the entire time we didn't realize. Then you told us later, and it was just like, and again, you don't owe telling us that you feel that way. Right. But it was just like, what?
Yeah, but I only brought that up just to, like, that's where my headspace was. Mm-hmm. During that year of my life. I think that was right before I stopped acting. Because I stopped acting in 2018. And at that point, I was, like, doing shows so often and, like, not realizing that I was piling work on top of myself. Because, hey, I said this to my therapist this morning also. When you get that little questionnaire when you go in for a mental health check and they ask you, like, do you have any lack of desire to do anything? I can never mark yes, because I am the exact opposite of that. Whenever I feel depressed or my shit is fucked up, I'm a workhorse. I'm like, I need to do 87 things right now because I don't want to think about it.
Okay.
It's a curse and a blessing. I get so much done, but I have not processed a single emotion. And the older I get, the more I realize that I am not very good at processing my emotions out loud like this. This is the most vulnerable I ever am, is on this podcast. And in my music and in my art. If you listen to my music, you know a lot about me. If you really listen to the words, you know a lot about my life and my story. At the end of my song, God is in the Rain, I say, you almost died at 15 and yet you stayed.
Damn.
Like, how do you do it? How do you get up every day and just do it? I wrote that after my brother died. I'm about to cry. No. So, like, I am fortunate, as mean and, like, grumpy and grouchy as I am, to have friends that care, to have friends that listen.
Thank you.
That worked on my project, My Infinite Sadness, with me. That were, like, there on the cutting room floor when I was, like, workshopping it still. Like, these people are ingrained in a lot of the art that I have put out.
Damn.
Yeah, now I'm getting emotional. I'm not supposed to be emotional on this podcast. So, you know, as artists, we tend to, and all three of us are artists, regardless of what we are or aren't currently doing. All three of us are artists.
Factual.
Passionately, yeah.
Yes,
and
passionately.
As artists, it can feel stifling to be around people who don't understand creative spirit and creative energy. And to have friends this close that are, you know, my best friend in the entire wide world is also a creative person, and then, like, that friendship is over decades old, whatever. Not decades, like over a decade. But
decades, how old are you?
Well, I'm 32, so I guess.
Oh, that is a few decades.
Yeah. And we met when I was 14. So we've been friends for, what was that?
2 years, it'll be 2 decades.
Yeah. So, you know, it just is, it is nice to surround yourself with people who give a fuck.
Yeah, man.
Who will listen to you be like, hey, you made me feel like shit. I never want to talk to you again. I never wanted to see you again. I have no ill will or hate in my heart, but I am so hurt and broken from this. And also realizing that, like, a lot of that comes from your own trauma. And being able to process that with people is easier than just sulking and not dealing with it. And I say that to say that, Jeremy, you can always talk to me. You can always talk to both of us.
Yeah, you can speak for me. Yeah, you know you can talk to both of us. Yeah.
It is imperative that we have community now more than ever.
Yeah.
But, like, you have community. You have people who don't want you to feel like a burden, who don't feel like you are a burden, who will poke and prod at you and obviously make you feel like shit, because that's my job. But
ironically, that makes me feel better.
Yeah. But it makes you feel better, and also
because it's in jest.
Yeah.
So that's why, right?
But also, I encourage and implore you to get back into theater.
Even
if it.
Thank you.
I say that because if it wasn't for having my creative outlet, I feel like I would be in the same place. like I already am struggling, with the grief and like getting myself back out there. And I lately have been going out, and like tonight, y'all kept joking like, "Do you have a hot date?" Like I'm going out tonight with some of my coworkers for my friend's birthday. Like we're going out to a really nice restaurant. We're gonna have a really nice dinner. It's gonna be great. But like a couple months ago, when I'm still deep in grief, but like a couple months ago when it was still more fresh, I would not have done this. So lead on your community.
Yeah, and I do know that. I know I could literally call you like whenever, and if you don't pick up, you're just busy. Like like. But I know I can literally call you just whenever, and I know that. But there is like a piece of me that does still feel that way. It's like, oh, Darius doesn't want to talk to me right now. Darius doesn't want to. Darius doesn't care. Jazz doesn't care. You know what I mean? And I know that's not true. So.
But look what y'all have done for me.
You're right.
Like our friendship is still going.
Right.
Even after what was probably one of the like worst moments in our friendship.
Yeah. Probably the worst. I was gonna say the worst.
That was the most tried our friendship.
Definitely the worst moment of our friendship. Like, and y'all came to me and was like, "Hey, I'm sorry."
Yeah,
because I think that's another reason why. Don't let me put words in your mouth, but I think that's another reason why you were able to be like, okay, we can continue where we left off, because when you came at us and said, "Hey, I didn't like that shit," we didn't say, well, no, we were like, no.
We didn't defend it for a second.
Like, damn, no, you're kind of right. That was shitty.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably why you were like, okay.
Yeah. Still a little trepidatious, I ain't gonna lie, but
that's fair too.
Yeah.
That's my trauma. My trauma is like, you don't trust people and you never can. Thanks, Dad.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah. But I'll say too, Jeremy, too, like you said, you can always talk to us, and I know at times on the phone, like I say, when I do talk, it seems like, and you don't have to tell me anything, but it does seem like sometimes when I'm, trying to talk to you, give you advice, whatever, and we start getting into that, it seems like you are kind of just trying to like move past it.
Not necessarily move past it.
And what I mean is like not like shut up, Jazz, but just like you don't want to fully dive into it.
Yeah.
And like you don't owe me that, and you don't have to.
Right.
But I'm here to talk if you want to talk,
Yeah.
and I would love to sit around and without a degree, play therapist for you and help you with this shit.
Yeah.
If you want to, because a lot of times we'll be on the phone, and I hate it. I hate when it sounds. To me, it feels like sometimes when I'm talking to you and I'm trying to give whatever advice I can, I'm like, I hope I'm not just fucking just dictating to this dude and just telling him some shit and just talking at him, because I'm just trying to big brother.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, but no, man, like I'll just
thank you.
Of course. And we've talked plenty of times about a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah. And it's not that I don't like believe it. I don't, it's not that I think all these guys don't like me. Fuck it. They're just being friends out of necessity or whatever, just because it's been this long. It's not necessarily that I believe that. It's that your mind convinces you of that, and you can't stop that.
Yeah.
You're like, no, they're not. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Hey, guess what? They don't like you. They don't like you. You're not meeting up with them because they don't like you. Like, like it's that constant voice in your ear, that you just can't get rid of, And I think it definitely comes from like all my, like, I don't want to say relationships, like, but all my failed like dates and stuff too. It comes from
that is something I can relate with you on.
From that, we both know that life. That definitely helps you feel like a huge burden.
We both know that life.
You go
I've had like a modicum of success, like a little bit more than you, but we both know the life of attempting and
it just not happening, and you just feel like you want to give up.
You can say it's a numbers game or whatever, which a lot of people do, depending on what you're looking for. Yeah, a lot of people do it or whatever, but it does. Even if you push past that feeling, it does play on your fucking psyche of like, even because I've gotten past some of the what's wrong with me, why can't this work with in like romance or whatever. I've gotten past a good amount of that and still working on it, but it still does play into it when you're like, damn, again.
So
I get that
I've had women like on dates like clearly say to me like, it's not your fault, it's not you, like that's just how it is, like it's not your fault.
But
and then I just think
six motherfucker that says that
then I say to myself, I was like, well, clearly it is. Like why are you like, of course it's my fault. Like
I understand that.
But
I know that girl bossed my way into a relationship, so I kept a little too close to. I kept my girl boss a little too close to the sun. And now here I am, almost 7 years later.
No, but
fucking crazy.
But truly, because I'm sure we're wrapping up here. I'd assume because it's a long ass episode. I truly just want to reiterate, like, I do really, 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 really love you guys. Like, I do. This friendship means...
I love y'all too, man.
This friendship, I mean...
No, real talk, though. I love y'all too.
Yeah,
and one thing that I say, again, probably more than needed, but who's to say? But I tell y'all, I love y'all all the time on the fucking phone.
Yeah.
We tell each other we love it. We love each other, but I know I say it to y'all.
Yeah, more men telling their friends they love them.
Yeah.
Come on now.
I have no problem.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Like,
sorry.
No, I grew up in a house where we all said I loved you to each other.
Yeah.
Not just my mom to me, but my siblings tell my brothers tell me. The last thing I said to my brother was that I loved him, and then he told me he loved me. He said, I'm your big brother. I know you. I love you.
That's what's up.
My brother Udi, I just talked to him the other day. Right when we get off the phone every time, love you, little bro. Tell Ronnie I love him too. Like, my sister, love you. Like,
that's what's up.
I grew up in so much love, which is so crazy why love is such a weird thing for me. I grew up in so much love that, like, I even tell my coworkers, and I do love a lot of them. I love most of them. They're all the ones that say I love you too. Like, I platonically and like on an emotional level, like, I see you every day almost. I love you. Oh my God, I love you so much. Like, it's. I think we've put so much stigma on the love word that it means so much more than it does.
Yeah.
But just that little bit of affection can really help lift somebody's mood.
Yeah.
Or bring them joy that they hadn't experienced. Or, like, maybe they've never had a parent or a sibling or a loved one or somebody tell them they love them. Baby, I love you. That's why I say at the end of every single episode on my YouTube channel, at the end of every single one of these episodes, I say I love you, I mean it. Because I love you and I mean it.
Yeah.
So tell your male friends you love them.
Yeah.
Damn.
I have no problem saying that to any of my male friends.
No.
I never have, regardless of, whatever sexual orientation. I don't give a fuck because, like you said,
it's not toxic.
It's really toxic. Like, and that's what the stigma comes from. And who gives a fuck?
Yeah, it's not gay to say that you love somebody because you can have platonic love exist, even if it's you saying it to a female friend and you're a straight person.
You're right.
Platonic love exists.
Absolutely.
It is a palpable and powerful thing.
Absolutely.
And a lot of us experience it but don't share it with each other.
And like you said too, sometimes like whatever you say to people, they may not have anybody that really said that. I remember real quick one of my old coworkers at one of my previous jobs talking about I rapped or whatever because I happened to be talking to somebody else and I was like, yeah, I've got to finish my album, blah blah blah, and he overheard, your album, what, and we started talking and he said he made music and I was just saying this stuff about like, yeah man, why don't you should go, you talking about music and how he thought about it and he rapped and this that, and I was like, yeah, you should just try it, just get back into it, and just like saying this like stuff about like why not, you never know where it could lead, blah blah blah. And the way he like responded, I could tell nobody was saying it to him. He was like, dang man, ain't nobody ever really came to me like that. He's like, if I ever did probably make a song, I'd probably make it and, I might even, like make it, like, name it after you or something or inspired you. Just because I gave this dude these inspirational words that I, in some cases, may take for granted. But to him, he was like, damn.
Because you give so freely.
Yeah.
You specifically, you give so freely.
Man, thank you.
Thank
you.
A lot of people don't.
I appreciate that.
They take it for granted, or they maybe not even take it for granted, but a lot of people just don't give that that love freely.
Yeah.
Myself included. I share it with many people. I am very free to give you whatever love or joy or whatever, blah 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 blah. But I also gatekeep my love a lot because trauma. Hey, what's up? But like. You really never know whose life you're gonna change.
Yeah, the way he was, oh man, it's like damn,
You never when I did And Then There Were None in 2014, I had no idea. 11 years later,
we never knew, man.
No clue.
Bringing it full circle, we never knew, and here we are.
Again, we were all close during that show. We all got along very well, but this is just another level. Like, you know,
I told somebody who was asking me, you know, about like, you know, acting and stuff. People, not an actor. And I said, doing a play is kind of like high school. Mm-hmm. You get to know everybody, and y'all get super close, and then the second it's over, you kind of never see them again.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Until you go to the next audition.
Yeah.
Right. And so
that's how it was for a little bit until
But the fact that we're still here, no, we're gonna be in our 50s and 60s and 80s and still be friends with each other at this point.
Yeah. It's long lasting. Once you hit 11 years, it's just like there's no end. There's no end in sight.
Yeah, they say if a friendship lasts more than 7 years, it'll last forever.
Yeah,
that's what's up.
Whether you want it to or not.
I was waiting. I was like, it's been too much time. Making a joke about how much he don't like us.
I should have dipped out when I could.
Yeah, too late.
All right, we got a couple more questions before we get. Well, not that I've asked y'all any questions at all, but
we just got started. Yeah,
a couple. We just got started. 7 hours in.
7 hours in.
Here on Mental Health Chat Monday, we have a motto. It's called turning mental illness into mental wellness. What is your personal definition of mental wellness?
Don't let the voice in your head win.
Wow.
Because it doesn't want what's best for you. I know that for a fact. You can't let it win. Does it beat me? Hell fucking yeah. It beats me. It beats the shit out of me almost every day. But it hasn't won. And I'm not going to let it. Don't let it win.
Can I say, right there, I appreciate your vulnerability.
Yeah.
No, that was, I appreciate your vulnerability right there. I almost got a tear for you saying that shit. I'm not even playing. Mental wellness. So, I thought about this before, right? I, at least outwardly, clinically, even a hunch, I don't know if I have any type of mental ailment or anything in that matter, right? And speaking on it to some extent, everybody's allowed to, but part of me is like, you know, how far am I allowed to even speak on certain things like that? But I would say, I will say I do think I have a mild form of OCD, but that's a think. That's not, you know, like I know, and it could just be like, you know, I just like shit in order. It might not actually be I'm obsessive compulsive. Anyway, I think that mental wellness is, and I think I may have said this on my my solo show with you, but I think mental wellness is just being at ease, feeling comfortable, and being just really, just being content. Because there's so much, kind of going off what Jeremy said, there's so much noise. Whether it's external or internal, there's so much noise. And when you either find a way to eliminate the noise or live within the noise, I think that that's mental wellness, because you're just content.
I like what both of you said, and I have this. When it was kind of the phase, I got this semicolon tattoo. I got it right after. Actually, I got this whole tattoo as one thing. It says chaos and has a semicolon. I have a song called Chaos with a semicolon. And I
Chaos is headed for me.
Not you knowing the discography.
Darius, don't get me started, bro.
Not you knowing the discography.
If you don't think I don't know your discography, you got me fucked up. If you think I don't know your discography, you got me fucked up.
Period.
But I have not listened to Unbitter Heart yet. Not yet.
No, but I got this tattoo after my cousin passed. And I really like the story of the semicolon. I forget exactly where it started or like how it became a thing. But I wrote a song well before I was making music back in high school called My Story Hasn't Ended Yet. And that's kind of what a semicolon is. It is a pause and a continuation. It's not a period. The voice in your head is not a period. It's a pause, but you keep going. You know, like that symbology is very important to me, that like, even if you get knocked down, that brief moment in our friendship was a pause and not a period. So you can keep going, you can come back, you can thrive. Even if I had been like, you know what, here's my piece, I'm good, I hope y'all have a great life. it's still a continuation. It's not a period. You know, we had a great friendship. Y'all carry on with y'all friendship. That's kind of what happened, honestly. Y'all carried on with y'all friendship, and I was different.
You see, no, not after all we fucking said. Not after every road we just went down.
Closing it out.
God fucking
We were doing good. This
Oh my
Okay,
God.
I have one final thing for you all.
Had fun editing this one.
Check
Yeah, it's
under
gonna
your
be a bitch.
chair.
Just like it's gonna be like
You said one final
you
thing. I
get
said
depression,
check.
you get depression.
Oh shit. Too late.
Right? No, I have one final thing. Leave us, and I'm going to kind of change this question up a little bit, because usually I ask for you to leave us with a piece of advice for people on their mental health journey or allies. Leave us with a little bit of advice for friends. How do you maintain a long-term friendship? How do you support each other in moments of crisis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I would.
oh, go ahead.
I would say part of the advice of how to maintain a long-term friendship and support each other is don't even necessarily think about it.
Yeah.
Like, that's one of the biggest things I would say.
Yeah.
Like the people who are friends with me, and then even closer friends, and then my best friend, and then having a brother is different, but even the friendship with my brother, and we just had kind of a little blow off on some last night, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it's family shit.
I mean, yeah, because he called me after, and then I called him this morning, so whatever. But the biggest thing is, like, part of it is don't even think about it, because with family, but then friend is different. We've pretty much said throughout this, let alone allude to it, that when it comes to helping each other, we don't think about it.
Yeah.
We just, if we are available, we are there. If we're not available, then we're not. When we were younger, before we got busier and more and more stuff happened, and even still now, but when we were younger, we basically supported each other and went to everybody's show. We went to movies all the time.
We saw like every fucking movie that came out,
but
good or bad.
But then on the supporting aspect of things, on the friend aspect of things, we went to everybody's show.
Yeah.
And the one thing that we even more so, if you could say, when we started becoming good friends, better friends, was we, in a constructive way, would give each other criticism. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if I can speak for y'all, but after I did a show, especially something that kind of I thought I did good in and really hit me, I would kind of be waiting to see what y'all thought about it, because I knew I could trust your judgment, because I'm like, they're actors, so I respect your opinion. I respect your talent. But then 2, they're my friends, and then 3, we've built up this rapport. Like, okay, they are not gonna bullshit me on this, and they're gonna tell me, okay, well, damn, great job. I don't know about this show. You sure? Yeah. Well, when you did this, it was cool, and it wasn't an asshole thing. So, like, the biggest thing I say about maintaining a friendship with a lot of stuff is, like, if you're there for somebody, you don't have to consciously make yourself there.
Absolutely.
You're just there.
Yeah. What I was gonna say is just, it's super cliche, but it's so true. It's just like, just be yourself with each other. Like, just be you with each other. When this happened, we didn't force it. It just came
happened.
together. It just,
we
didn't help it, and we just got closer and closer and closer and closer. And it just happened. And that's another thing. You can't force a friendship. If it's not there, it's not there. You can't force it. But this was very clearly there, and we built on that. And like I said, we're just ourselves to each other. We're not fake to each other. We don't lie to each other. Like we're very brutally honest to each other. It's just built on this. So yeah, just be yourself. Don't fake yourself just to get into a friendship, because then it's not you. That's not a friendship. Yeah, that's superficial. Exactly. You're just forcing it. Like I said, we didn't force this, so it just happened. So yeah, just be you. And if that person doesn't like you, then you're not friends with them. Don't be friends with them. You know what I mean? Like, it's that easy. Like,
right.
Yeah. So why are you still here?
That's
you fucking asshole.
You know what?
Not my microphone that I paid.
I know it's a very. You paid no money for this?
I won this in a giveaway.
Oh shit! It's nice as fuck too.
$300 microphone.
That's
$200
nice.
microphone.
Holy shit. That is nice as fuck, too.
Yeah, y'all don't watch my YouTube channel, clearly.
Fuck you.
I mean, I do. I just don't have a close look at it, you asshole.
Well, I made a video about this.
Oh my god. Okay, moving on.
Jeremy's like, damn, I've been caught. You see, I didn't say nothing though, because I shut the fuck up.
Here's the next speed
I don't
bump.
watch the video.
Did you hear what he said?
What?
I say, here's the next speed bump.
But no,
subscribers don't watch notifications.
I haven't heard from Darius in a while.
Haven't heard from Darius in a while. It's like we leave.
My mom ain't sent me all this time.
You don't live with her, no.
Or fuck, after we just
Ronnie would be like, fuck them.
Listen, one thing about my man, one thing about Ronnie, if I'm done with somebody, he done with their ass too. Like, he will, honestly, sometimes he be more done than I am. I'm like, dang, I ain't even that bad. But no, I was gonna say real quick, speaking of supporting each other, like I say, like, with Aquarium Rising Productions, I started the first show we did. I asked you to direct because I knew you would do it, and you did it. And then we started building a team, and you are putting so much time and effort and energy into it, which I immensely appreciate. Thank you.
And then every show that we have had, Jeremy has been front row center.
Yeah.
Like, and gave me the biggest unintentional compliments that I've probably ever had in my acting career.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking.
When you start with The Dark Knight, where do you go from there? Like,
like, you have given me the biggest compliment I've ever gotten unintentionally.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm not even joking.
Wow. I didn't know it was the best. Wow.
The first show that we did for Aquarium Rising Productions, Color Funeral, and you said, is it bad this was your first show? I'll probably never get this. Is it bad this is your first show? Because where do you go from here?
Yeah.
That is such a... and then the last show I did, when I did Top Dog, opposite my dude, Jason, and we were on that stage ripping it up, and then you say, this was your best performance. That was your best performance. I didn't see Jazz Tucker up there.
Absolutely. That was your best performance.
I wasn't even fishing, but thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, you have given me, and that's what I'm saying. That is the support that they didn't think to be like, I'm gonna make sure that Jazz asked me to direct. I'm gonna make sure I direct this show the best way possible because Jazz. No, Darius said I like directing and also my name on the line.
Well, no, not after that one rehearsal. I'm like, this on y'all.
That was funny. Yeah. We ain't gotta go there. That's a whole long story.
I had no idea.
But then Jeremy's like, I'm gonna see this show to help Jazz, but I'm not gonna make. He was like, I'm gonna make sure I tell Jazz what am I gonna tell Jazz that sounds good?
Right.
Like, no.
Right. Before you even see the show, this is your best performance.
Right. Could have been the worst show in the damn world.
Like, he's like, this was your best pair of pants.
This was your
shit. It rubbed off. I'm sorry.
This was your and worst is scratched out. Best is written on top of it.
He's practicing in the mirror. This was your best performance. This was your best performance.
Acting 101 type shit. Thank y'all for being here. I guess.
Absolutely.
We were gonna do it.
Come on.
We were gonna do it.
We're not ending this video without it. Come on. Good shit. Come on. I love you guys. You guys are my brothers, family. Love you.
I'm actually falling.
Oh shit!
He's falling for this friendship.
Cut the cameras. No, but seriously, thank y'all for being here.
Absolutely. My pleasure, man. My pleasure.
Is there anything, I know we have a show we're working on. This will be out before the show, so you want to plug the show?
It's the show is Johnny Taylor is Gone. It is opening the 2025 season, 2025 year for Aquarium Rising Productions. Johnny Taylor is Gone by Gregory S. Carr. It is directed by Thomasina Clark. I am featured in it. It has a myriad of Black St. Louis actors from different ages and different experiences. I am privileged to be able to be in the same room, let alone the same stage as some of the experience that is on that stage. That is going to be at 2241 South Jefferson Avenue. And will be April 25th through the 27th, May 2nd to the 4th. That is the last weekend of April, first weekend of May, Friday and Saturday at 7, Sunday at 4. Tickets are $15 in advance if you go through the Ticket Leap app or Ticket Leap website, I should say. and 20 at the door.
And all that will be linked down below.
You the man.
That's how we do that over here.
Bam, bam.
Jeremy, anything you want to plug?
No, I don't really have anything coming up right now, but I 100% am planning on hopefully getting back on stage soon, and I can't wait to do it. You know.
Yeah, I've been itching. I've been wanting to.
Yeah, to get back on stage.
I've been wanting to
Get the fuck out of here! Are you serious? Oh my god!
It comes in waves.
You said ARP kind of brought it out of you.
Yeah,
that's what's up.
But yeah, that's all we got. Of course, you can find me on all social media at DDare Bionic. It's called branding. Look it up. I will see you all next week with a brand new guest and a brand new episode of Mental Health Chat Monday. I love you.
Love you.
Bye guys. You guys are the best.
Bye.
Oh wait! Let's close it out with our "Asleep in the Third Row" ending.
Shit!
What was it?
Oh, okay, I got it. Yes,
I remember. Yeah. Let's close it out. Let's do it.
Oh shit! I said it first though. he just said. He just told
Peace
you.
by Sia. Peace
Who
by
said it?
Sia.
Oh, okay.
you really didn't remember shit. Cause I'm like, he just told you. You really didn't remember.
Keep that part in. That's hilarious.
What?
That's hilarious.
Thank you everybody for watching Sleep in the Third Row. See you next time. Peace.
Bye.
See ya.
That felt weird.
That felt good.
That was weird. We haven't done it in forever. Okay, awesome. For real though. Bye, y'all.
Bye, guys.
Bye,
Thank
y'all.
you.